In this video, we'll study about what happens when we insert multiple dielectric slab in one capacitor. Now, in the previous video, we talked about one dielectric slab which completely filled the gap between the plates. Now, what if there are more than one dielectric slabs? So, to fill the capacitor with multiple dielectric slab, there are actually two different cases. So, we'll discuss it on case by case basis. So, let us say the case first is when slabs, the dielectric slabs, are parallel to the capacitor plates. That is, the filling of dielectric is in such a way that they are parallel to the capacitor plates. It will look like this. Let us say these are capacitor plates between terminals A and B and having an area A. Now, if the entire surface, if the distance between the two plates is d and the entire gap is filled with, let us say, three dielectrics in such a way that they are parallel to plates. So how will they be arranged? The dielectrics will be arranged like this, and let us say there are three dielectrics. The dielectric constant of this one is K1, this has dielectric constant K2, and this has dielectric constant K3, and the thickness of each is T1, T2 and T3 respectively. So this is the condition given to us. The dielectrics are placed parallel to the plates with capacitance with dielectric constant K1, K2, K3 and thickness T1, T2 and T3, and the entire gap has the distance of D. So if we look carefully at this diagram, then this diagram will look like as if we have placed three capacitors in series. If we suppose if we insert metal plates here in these boundaries, if we insert very thin of negligible thickness metal plates, then these three will behave like three capacitors in series, and this will look like this condition in which the first dielectric is here, which is K1. So let us say this will be K1. So let us say this is capacitor C1. This will have K2. So capacitor C2, and this will have K3 dielectric. So the capacitance is C3. So this diagram will look like this if we separate them. So in this case, the capacitance of each capacitor C1 will be equal to K1A epsilon naught upon the distance. So distance of C1, the distance between the plates of C1 is T1. So it will be T1. This we already studied in the previous videos about this formula. Similarly, capacitance C2 will be K2A epsilon naught upon T2, and C3 will be K2A epsilon naught upon T3. So this will be the capacitance. Now, in series combination, we know that the equivalent capacitance or the capacitance between A and B will be given by this equation. So if we substitute the values of C1, C2 and C3, on solving this we will get this will be your expression. Now you can find out different expression by solving the denominator, but in this way it is easier to remember. So you can memorize this. Similarly, this filling of dielectric slab can also be done in a different manner. So that will be taken as case 2, when the slabs are perpendicular to capacitor plates. So that will look something like this. Let us say this is the capacitor plate A and this is capacitor plate B, and the dielectrics are filled between them, so they will be filled in this way. So this will be K1, K2, and this will be K3, and the length of the plate in this case will be, now in this case we are not taking the area as A, we will take area as L into B. So this B will be the thickness of the plate, L is the length of the plate, so area will obviously be equal to L into B. Now the distance between the plates is still same, it will be D. And so let us say that with respect to the direction of plate, this L can be divided into three parts. So the thickness of each dielectric slab will be x1, x2 and x3 respectively. So x1 plus x2 plus x3 will be equal to L. So L is divided into three parts, x1, x2, x3. So when we solve this, if you look carefully at this diagram, then this will look like these will be the capacitor plates, and these will be terminal A and B, and each part is taken differently, separately. So this will be filled by dielectric K1, this will be by K2, and this will be filled by K3. So in this case, if we look carefully, then these three capacitors are connected in parallel to each other. For that, if you look from this side, if we connect a battery between A and B, then the battery will be connected in this way. So if you look from this side, then the capacitor K3, K2 and K1 will be seen to be in parallel. So let us say these are capacitors C1, C2 and C3, and C1, C2, C3 are connected in parallel. So the equivalent capacitance CAB can be written as C1 plus C2 plus C3. Now C1 will be equal to, now we will use the same formula like this. So K1 epsilon naught, now instead of A we will write L into B, so it will be equal to, okay, L for C1 L is equal to x1. For this capacitor the L is equal to x1, so I'll write x1 here so that we don't have to solve it later, we can write directly here. Similarly C2 will be written as K epsilon naught. Now the length of C2 is x2 and the thickness of the plates is same, so B upon D, and similarly for third capacitor C3 it can be written as this expression. So this will be our expression, and if we solve this, then CAB, the equivalent capacitance, will be B epsilon naught upon D can be taken outside, and the remaining terms inside will be K1 x1 plus K2 x2 plus K3 x3. So this will be your expression when the dielectrics are arranged, when dielectric slabs are arranged perpendicular to the plates. Now for both of them we can also find if what happens if n plates are arranged. So if there are n slabs, then this expression will become equal to T1 upon K1 plus T2 upon K2, and it will go on till Tn upon Kn. So this will be the expression when there are n slabs. Similarly for this case, for n slabs, if n slabs are there, then equivalent capacitance will be equal to B epsilon naught upon D till Kn xn. So these are very important formula for numericals.